Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming to my channel, NetteSpirituallyInclined. I'm Net, and this is Fuck Love Celebrity Tarot Edition for Chantel Freeman versus her father, Clarence Freeman. This reading is for entertainment purposes only and all alleged. I do not know these individuals or anybody they're connected to personally. All information provided in this video is based on divination. Please like and share this video to get it more exposure. I would appreciate it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm getting over a cold, so y'all going to hear a lot of coughing, a lot of throat clearing. I may mute. That's part of the reason why I haven't been doing videos. I have been getting over a cold. But it is what it is. Y'all heard people cough before, okay? So let's get a picture of Chantel and her father on the screen. I'm going to say a few things and then I'm going to get into the reading. All right, here we go. All right, so there's Chantel and her father on the screen. So, my first time knowing anything about Chantel Freeman was when she was on Tasha K Live podcast being interviewed about an inappropriate experience she had with her father as a little girl, I believe as young as 8 years old. And I feel like to Tasha K, she just wasn't providing enough proof. And I think Tasha K's point of view was that bitter women falsely accuse men of stuff like this all the time, only to find out that the women were lying on these men the whole time because they're still bitter from something from the past. And then Tasha K found Chantel's brother, who I think she said did inappropriate things with her too as a child. And she also found Chantel's father, and she interviewed both of them. Now, I always tell y'all I have a gift of looking at somebody and reading energy. And the minute I saw her father on that screen, I said, mm-mm, mm-mm. And her brother just gave weird for me. He just gave weird. Anyway, they both were discrediting her accusations and denying what she said they did to her and talking down on her. They said a lot, but the one thing neither one of them said are things like, I didn't do it. I don't know why you keeping this lie going for all these years, but whoever did this to you, whoever you experienced this with, I'm sorry you went through that. I wish you had told me back then, but I'm here now to help you heal from that horrible experience. Or they didn't say anything like that. At one point, it came out that Chantel's father, it was either that he gave her or another little girl that was a minor an STD. And when the receipts were being shown on Tasha K, it looked like part of the father's receipts were deleted. There was like a big gap in between them. But Chantel showed those same receipts, and nothing on her receipts were deleted. And then she showed text messages between her and her father where she was just telling him that he was going to pay for what he did to her as a little girl. And her father's response was, prove it, which is a hot, nasty, mentally ill mess. And I'm going to tell y'all, male identified women something. That's always believing everything a man say and letting men just get away with everything because you feel like you need a man. Y'all gonna see something. Just wait for it, okay? Let's jump into the reading. All right, so her first card is the Six of Cups. The very first card that fell out of the deck when I was shuffling represents her childhood past. Her thinking about how her innocence was destroyed and how some little boy in school or church was supposed to be her first experience of a kiss, giving her flowers to show her that he liked her, or just being curious about the body. But those first experiences were with her father. Her next card is the Ten of Pentacles. It came out reversed. This is Chantel feeling like she comes from a broken family, that she feels like when she was having that inappropriate experience with her father at 8 years old or maybe younger, she had no support from her family. Maybe she was ignored, or maybe she was told she's making it up, or it could be the most popular one that happens in Black households, what they call sweeping it under the rug. The whole what happens in this house stays in this house thing. Her next card is the Judgment card. The card is saying judgment is coming for everybody who knew what her father was doing to her and didn't help her or speak out about it. Her father finally is incarcerated for what he did, but I feel like the Judgment card is saying more. There's a lot of more people that's going to be facing judgment if they knew and they didn't help this woman as a minor, because that means they were protecting a PDF file. I'll say it that way. Or a predator. Her next card is the Fool card. It looks like Chantel can finally move on since she feels like she got her justice for whatever happened to her as a child. She's going on a new journey because now she's a mother. I feel like the card is saying she's finally ready to see what her future looks like as she heals her biggest childhood wound. I feel like she's ready to get in touch with her spontaneous self again, her childlike side, and ready to just be a free spirit like she was as a child before her father took that feeling away from her. Her next card is the Five of Wands. It looks like the card is saying healing does not happen overnight. So it's still internal battles that Chantel is going through, because in reality, the damage has been done. Her father is locked up for what he did, but it still happened. I'm also seeing that it's still weirdos who don't believe her, and they're upset with her because she got her father incarcerated. So they are planning to harass her and just bring drama and chaos in her life, because these sick people feel that even with evidence, this man is innocent. Her next card is the Ace of Wands. It came out reversed. Excuse me. I'm seeing that she has times where she struggles with feeling ambitious about accomplishing her goals, that she sometimes struggle with self-confidence. I'm seeing that she may not view sex as an enjoyable experience. Like, I'm not a medical doctor or anything, but just with common sense, I feel like these are normal responses she's having to her past childhood trauma, and I really hope she's getting professional help. Her next card is the Justice card, and she got the Justice card. So this is more confirmation of universal law and karma, letting her know that everybody involved in what she went through as a child with her father is about to pay for it. And I feel like they're about to get their karma real soon, because her getting the Judgment and Justice card, this is serious. And I forgot to also say about the Judgment card that I feel like her experience was meant to mold her into a certain person in life. Maybe an advocate for children who are going through the same thing she went through as a child, or maybe for her to build a foundation where children who go through that, they feel like they have somewhere to go and somebody to talk to about what's being done to them in their homes, their church, their school, wherever. Her next card is the Three of Swords. Yeah, Three of Swords confirming that her childhood experience is something that still breaks her heart, is something she thinks about that still brings her to tears immediately. And I feel like it's more about her father's lack of remorse for what he did to her. Like, some of that stuff was really sick that I can't even say it on here, what she said he did to her. And definitely something a mentally stable father would not do to his daughter or any child. Part of her heartbreak could also be the lack of support by her own mother and her wondering why her mother didn't believe her, why her brother would do that to her. Maybe she confided in her brother and he started doing that to her. You know, why nobody did anything about it. Her next card is the Knight of Cups. The card is warning her that when it comes to men and love, because of her childhood experience, she is very vulnerable when it comes to like wanting love, affection, and protection from a man that she feels she never got from her father. So there could be a man planning to approach her about like hooking up or whatever, but the card is saying he's emotionally immature and emotionally manipulative, that he's not going to commit to her and all he's going to do is play games. And hopefully she's not telling every man she meets about what happened to her as a child, because all that do is give some of them something to play on and use against her. Her next card is the Two of Wands. Yeah, the card is telling her her future is in her hands. The world is in her hands, and how her future turns out is now up to her. Basically saying she's on the right path because she started her healing journey, but now is at a point where she have to ask herself, is she going to stay stuck on her past, let her past consume her? Of course it still hurts, bad things happen to good people all the time. Unfortunately, you have to move on. So, it's like, is she going to stay stuck on her past or start moving forward? It looks like she's strong because she managed to have strength to keep fighting to prove what her father did to her until she got him locked up. I feel like the card is telling her now is not the time for her to break or be weak, but she needs to keep that same strength that she used to fight and show she was telling the truth in order to heal and move on with her life. Her next card is the Nine of Swords. It came out reversed. And this looked like another trauma response she suffers from: distress, nightmares, anxiety that cause her not to be able to sleep at night. The card is saying it's time for her to change her thinking process, doing the shadow work and connecting with the wounded little girl that's part of her and tell that little wounded girl something different. It's kind of like her mentally changing her childhood outcome so she can heal, which is definitely not easy to do, but it's her having to do whatever is necessary so she can find peace. Because the thing is, she's a mother now. Her next card is the Eight of Wands. I'm seeing her getting an outpour of support from people who followed her story. A lot of those people could have been victims as a child themselves. I also feel like she's getting a lot of signs, symbols, and messages from the spiritual world, and that she needs to pay attention to little stuff she sees, like feathers, quotes, or loose change on the ground, and also pay close attention to her dreams because there's spiritual messages in there for her. All right. So, y'all, that is the reading. You can make your own conclusion or determination about this reading. Thank you for listening to Fuck Love Celebrity Tarot, the Chantel Freeman edition. Make sure you check back because I'll be doing more of these, and you never know which celebrity or celebrity couple will be next. Territories where they ran their crimes.